So, next one is, does AI generated content hamper Google search rankings? I'm working with a digital marketing agency as an SEO executive, and I asked my boss to provide a content creator for content for client projects, but my boss asked me to just use AI tools to create the content. Is it possible to create SEO-friendly content with AI tools, or will they hamper Google search rankings?
So again, same kind of concept here. If you're just putting in some stuff into AI and you're copying and pasting it into your document, yeah, you're going to get hammered. There's a good study by Neil Patel. If you look up the Neil Patel, look for it. He talks about, he did some tests on, I forget how many page websites he had. A couple of them strictly AI. Every word on the site is strictly AI. And then additionally, he had other web pages that had AI generated content, but that was, tweaked or edited by an actual editor. Okay. And I forget the numbers, so you have to forgive me, but for the AI generated sites, they dropped dramatically. I think it was, I want to say 18 places on average, right? So they fell off the top 10, basically, if they're on the top 10. The other one fell off like about 6 spots, I think it was. It was still a good amount of drop, but not as significant as the other one. So here's the deal. Google does AI. They have Gemini. They know how to do it. They've been doing AI forever. That's why these days, things can happen. You can get search results can show up without having a keyword phrase that you looked up on it. So yeah, be careful when you're doing this. If you're going to use AI to generate content, you got to fact check. You again want to probably reword it, rework it, make sure it has the voice, make sure it sounds good. So I would say do not copy and paste, right? Copy, edit, tweak, and then paste, but make it your own. Use the AI as a guideline, not as a editor or as the copy itself, because let's face it, they get it wrong. Doesn't always sound right. You got to edit it to make it your own.
Yeah, you mentioned fact checking. I remember a story from last year about a lawyer who used it to come up with his case, and it hallucinated case law. And he just, sent it in, and when they looked up the case law, they were like, "This doesn't exist."
Yeah. You got to be careful with these things. They're not infallible yet. It's getting harder and harder to tell it apart. But there are tools out there. I forget some of the off the top of my head, but there are tools out there that can check to see if your content appears to be AI generated. And again, tools out there like that, they have the same kind of stuff. They can also figure it out. However, if I remember correctly, a couple of these tools said that the Declaration of Independence was AI generated. So, it's kind of hard to say for sure. But the studies have said if you do direct copy paste, it doesn't help you. It can hurt you. So use it wisely, right? It's a tool. Use the tool, but who's swinging the hammer matters as much as the hammer that's being used, right? AI is your hammer, but if you got someone that really is a skilled craftsman, or they're going to do a lot better job than someone that has no idea just hacking away at the hammer.
Or maybe the Declaration of Independence was written by
maybe it was.
we're living in the Matrix.
Very true, very possible. Never know.